Today I'm demonstrating how to make a single serving chocolate chip cookie in a mug. I am going to do a gluten-free version, and I've already made a regular version, so we're going to do a taste test and see how the gluten-free compares to a regular. So you need a mug that is safe to go in the microwave. I have a tablespoon of coconut oil in it. I'm going to mix all the wet ingredients into the cup, which is 1 egg yolk and a teaspoon of vanilla. Then I'm going to add in the sugar, which is a tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of regular sugar, and I also am adding in a pinch of salt. Then you're going to slowly add in flour, and if you've ever made a regular batch of cookies, then you know that you have to do it slowly or else it's going to get too thick too fast. And I almost did it just right then. This is a good way to get in your sweet craving without making a whole batch of cookies that you're tempted to eat. I only like chocolate chip cookies, so when I found this recipe, I thought life was great. I found the gluten-free recipe at justpudson.com. The other recipe is from My Happy Place, and I am almost done with this. You will also add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips, depending on how much chocolate chips you like. I love chocolate chips, so I do the 2 tablespoons. It'll get all doughy and stick together. So last is the chocolate chips. And the recipe calls for microwaving from 30 to 45 seconds. It depends on how doughy you want it. If you want it doughier, you do 30 seconds. If you don't, then do it longer. I do about 45 seconds, and I make sure to get every bit of dough into the cup because you can't beat it. You can also make cookies healthier by adding in some fiber like flax meal or flax seed. You could add nuts or raisins or anything else that you really want to add to this. You just need to make sure that it all kind of fits into the small amount of dough. I've also found out that you can double the recipe and you can get more, which is probably bad, but you know, if you need a little extra, then whatever. You can also put ice cream on top. But that also kind of neglects the fact that you're trying to eat them healthier. I got that information, not the ice cream information, but the other information about being healthier from eatingwell.com. Like I did with this recipe, you can substitute the butter for oils like coconut oil. So this looks to be done. It actually, I think, looks better than a regular recipe. So here is the gluten-free cookie. And here's the regular. And the regular is just the same recipe, except it's regular flour versus gluten-free flour and butter. So you guys can try it and let me know how the gluten-free recipe.
This one's the gluten-free?
Yes, this is gluten-free.
Okay.
Look at the
It
should be all the way
feels
cooked.
cooked. I mean, it's like a cookie.
I'll try both.
I
A
believe
hot
it.
cookie.
Wow.
I know, it looks really great.
It's just like a regular cookie.
The gluten-free one?
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys have any
This
questions?
is the normal one?
What's the difference in the cooking time for the regular recipe versus the gluten-free?
I've found no differences so far, so you can cook them the same and takes the same amount of prep time as well.
I think I actually prefer the gluten-free one.
Really?
You're right.
If
Like
you
in
do
the way.
double the recipe, it's the same time, right?
Right, it is. You may need to add a little extra just because there's more dough, but that's okay.
Oh, they're both good.
Is there a substitute for the egg?
There isn't, but you could always play around with it and see how it turns out. I think on eatingwell.com it also said that you could do some almond milk and flaxseed.
Almond
Almond
Milk.
milk and flaxseed for egg.
What is the cooking time? You never mentioned what the
45
cooking time was.
seconds.
Oh,
Listening.
Oh, did you?
Yep,
And did you separate the egg before or what?
I did.
What's
You
the
just
easiest
crack-
way to separate it?
You just crack the egg, and then you pass the yolk back and forth while you put the white in a container that you can save it for later, or you can just throw it away. I
And
usually
you use
just
the
throw it
yolk?
away. Yes, just the yolk.
I have one more question. I know that when you buy coconut oil, it's kind of thick. Is there something you need to do to it to make it mix with the wet stuff better?
You should microwave it and do it like melted butter.
Briefly, how long?
I did it for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
And it liquefies, and then you can mix everything in.